Welcome to the late show with your host, Leena Krayyem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the late show. My name is Leena Krayyem, and I am so glad to be taking over as host of this production. You may remember that the previous host of the Late Show was the late and great Nick Cruz. He's not dead, just graduated. He is now studying at George Mason University. Shout out to Nick. Thanks for letting me steal your show. Tonight, I have two very special guests joining me. First, I have the founder of PW's History Club and the TikTok channel Quirky History, Ronnie Keene. In addition to becoming a self-made entrepreneur, Ronnie is also involved in Critical Language Club, TEDx, Model UN, and Mock Trial. Today, Ronnie and I will be talking about how he is inspired by the study of history and why he has worked to share that inspiration with the Plymouth Whitemarsh community. Later on, I have the talented Julia Zarzoso singing a cover of Falling Behind by Laufey and accompanying herself on guitar. Julia has been singing since she was 3 years old and is a large part of the music program at PW, including Colonial Players and Choir. And now, please welcome Ronnie Keene. Ronnie, how are you doing?
I'm doing terrifically, Leena.
Great, glad to hear it. So you just came out with a new merch line, which I am proudly presenting here, and you are as well.
Me as well, yeah.
Yeah, great accomplishment. So today we're going to be talking about why you love history, because you have inspired a love of history in the PW community. So could you tell us, why did you begin a TikTok channel about history?
Well, I actually had TikTok channels before Quirky History.
Okay.
In May or April of 2021, I started a channel about rap music and stuff like that.
I
But
remember that.
You remember that,
I do
huh?
remember that.
Well, it was predominantly motivated by fame. Like, I just wanted to get big, you know?
Yeah, as we all do.
Not too much passion there, you know?
Okay.
And then that died. I now have removed every single follower because it's embarrassing. But I took AP US History, so did you.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed Mr. Culp. I enjoyed what he taught us. And I thought history came pretty easily.
Yeah.
And, you know, my kind of thing is I want to reach a big audience. I want to help people out. So I was like, you know what? I love history. This was like February of 2022. I was like, you know what? Let me just start something.
Yeah.
And I started Quirky History.
A real go-getter.
Yeah. You could say that.
Yeah. So you also started a history club at PW. So could you talk about why you think PW needed this club?
I was frankly surprised we had no history club.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of kids like history, like me, and they kind of need some place to like manifest all that liking of history. And I mean, you can do it in history class. I'm not even taking history classes this year, which is another problem.
Oh, yeah. Are you taking human geo? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Which is relevant, not historical.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of kids need a place to kind of share their love for history, and that's where History Club lets that happen.
Okay, yeah. And you have a lot of people in it, right?
Yeah, I know. It was surprisingly popular.
Wow, yeah. And your sponsor is Mr. Carr, the great Mr. Carr.
The
obviously.
great, yeah.
So what do you think is one of the most important things to be said about studying history?
Studying history, I mean, my biggest thing for studying history is the diplomacy aspect of it. Like, as much as I'd love like sports history, the Native Americans who start to play football in America, I much rather prefer like give me the Korean Armistice Treaty after the Korean War. I like that because I like seeing people make peace with each other. War is fun, but it's also very bad.
It's brutal.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Just seeing how society interacts with each other and the outcomes of that, that's my biggest thing about history. What was the question again?
Yeah, I don't remember. So how do you implement like your study of history into your daily life anyway?
So how is it so important? Like, I was just discussing the peacekeeping or peacemaking aspect with you. I try and take what I know from past experiences and apply it to my life.
Right.
A lot of things are grand scheme. I can't apply like arms treaties to my life. But what I can do is look at what people may have done or small interactions they may have had in the past and how those interactions have created like mass destruction potentially. So yeah, it's really just a study of choices. People say economics is a study of choices, so is history.
Right. And do you think you're going to take your love for history into your future career potentially?
So I don't plan to go to college for history.
Okay.
I do, however, like I was saying, think it applies to diplomacy. It gives you a better knowledge of the world, and I would love to study the world in college with a historical background.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for being here. Have a good one.
This upcoming November, comedy returns to the Plymouth White Marsh stage, a cacophony of mishaps and slip-ups. The Play That Goes Wrong is an award-winning murder mystery plot with a moving corpse, technical mistakes, collapsing sets, and so much more. The Colonial Players have trained long and hard for this endeavor. Come see the Colonial Players perform The Play That Goes Wrong on November 18th and 19th.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Zarzoso.
Moved down to a new city. June is dawning down on me, and all that I can find. Sickly romance in the air. Lovers stroll without a care inside. This can't be right. 'Cause the sun's engaged in the sky, and my best friend found a new guy. I'm only getting older. I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love, and I'm falling behind. Saw the ocean, fell right in. Saw the sun and burned my skin. My life won't go my way. Bossa Nova in my room. Hope that I'll find someone to love. Because the sun's engaged in the sky, and my best friend found a new guy. I'm only getting older. I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love, and I'm falling behind. Everybody's falling